If you want to learn the basics of Google Form and the types of questions that you can have on a Google Form, then keep on watching. Google Form offers you 8 types of questions, and in this video we are going to see all those types of questions, how do we insert them into the form, and how to create a quiz out of those questions. So let's begin. So here we are in Google Forms. Here you have to click on blank. First of all, you have lots of templates already available for you, contact information, event registration, and many others. You can just click over here and check out all the templates that the Google Form has to offer you. For education, you have a blank quiz and all those things. But if you want to create one from scratch, you can click on blank. Now here, this is what you start from. First of all, you have to give a name to it. So I'm going to give mine as quiz. And it all saves automatically in your drive, so you don't have to save it manually. Now first of all, you need to go to this settings, and over here you need to go to quizzes and switch this on. Now you have two options here, release grade. You have two options: immediately after each submission or later after manual review. What this means is, if you want the children or the students to see the marks immediately, you can check this one. You can select this radio button. Now when you select this option, it also becomes a self-grading assessment or a self-grading quiz, because you don't have to do anything. You just have to select the correct answers in the questions itself when you're creating, and then it will check it out automatically for you. So this is useful when you want to have a self-grading test. And this is when you don't want the students to know the marks immediately and the correct or the incorrect answers, but you want to check those answers and then you want to release the marks to them. So that time you have to click on this one. But for this video, I'm going to be clicking on this one because I want it to be a self-grading quiz. So now here we have 3 checkboxes which says missed questions. It will show you missed questions, show the students actually the mixed questions, and then the correct answers, and then the point values, the marks that you give for each question. So click on save. So to start adding questions, you have to look at this sidebar, and the first one, add question, this plus mark, click on that and you will have a question. Now to give you the options for the types of answers that you can have, here are the few types of answers. That is short answer, paragraph, you can have multiple choices, checkboxes, drop downs, and the linear scales, multiple choice grid, checkbox grid, and also you can ask them to upload a file. Now we shall see from the first one, that is short answer. So let me type my answer, the question here. So this is my question and I want the student to type the answer over here, only one word answer. So a suggested correct answer, it is already suggesting me yes, but also I would like to give more answers, because some students might not write capital V, might write small letter v, or might write all caps, or might write some wrong answers, so wrong spellings. So just click on this answer key and you can add another correct answer, that is a Venus, or you can give a space and then write Venus, or all caps. Okay, so 4 must be okay, and give the points here and then mark all other answers incorrect. So obviously all the other answers are going to be incorrect, so click on it, and if you want you can add the answer feedback, why Venus is called the hottest planet. You can add it over here. Otherwise just click on done, and you can click over here required, means the student has to answer or write something over there, otherwise he or she cannot submit this form. But I'm not going to do that here. And then click on +1 to add another question. So we shall see the second one, that is paragraph. But I want to tell you here, we cannot grade the Google form will not grade this paragraph. so accurately, because each student will type a different type of paragraph. If it is something that word to word the student has to type correctly, then you can give the answer word to word. Otherwise, I suggest you don't give this paragraph, because if you have lots of students, it will become very difficult for you to manually see these answers and give marks. Since this is a self-graded test, I suggest you don't use paragraph. So my question number 2 is going to be a multiple choice question. So here I'm just going to copy the same question down here, but here I'm giving the option for the students to select the correct option. So okay, you can have more than 4 options. Just click on the enter key, and then you can have more than 4 options. Also, you have to go to answer key and check the correct answer. Now note here, you can have many correct answers, but when the students select an answer, they have to select only one, because this multiple choice question is only answer should be one. So Venus is the correct one. And click on these 3 dots, and you can give the description to this question. Select one. Now after this, you can go on the top over here and see this I symbol over here. Click on it. It is for preview. It's for previewing your form, how the form will look to your students. Now here you have your email address, which you have to give, because there is an asterisk over here, which means required. So I'll just give something. Okay, now here we have the question. I'll type VEN in caps and US in small letter. Okay, and then I will select this one as the correct one. Submit, and then view score. You can see that I've got total points 0 out of 1, and because I've not given any marks to this, so this has not been graded, but this has been graded. Here VEN is capital, US is small. I've not given that in the answer, so it is given wrong. So this is how it will grade. So let's go back. Now we'll enter another question that is going to be checkboxes. Now here my question is going to be, which of the planets have rings? So I can give different options here and give a few correct options, and those have to be ticked. So let's give the options. Now that I've given 5 options over here, I will go to answer key and select the correct ones. Now I have Saturn and Neptune, which have rings around them. Okay, you can give the marks here. Click on OK. Now if you think both answers are together, just go over here. You can see those dots. Click on them and drag them wherever you want. So I got Neptune down over here and Saturn over there. Now I'll click on required, and now the question is finished. But there is a problem here. The student answering this question has to tick Saturn and Neptune. If both are correct, then only the student will get 1 point, or the number of points that we have given. Otherwise, if one is correct, Saturn is correct, and Neptune has not been ticked, then the child will not get any marks. So we have to be careful when we are instructing students that they have to select all the correct answers. Now we'll move on to the next question, 4th one, and that is going to be a drop down. Now this drop down is used whenever we have to give the option for the students, for example, to select their sections. Now class 5, they might be belonging to different sections, so you can give it as A, B, C, D. Just press enter and it will enter it for you. After D, you will have to enter manually F. Okay, but now if you want to use this as a question, what you can do is you can ask the child select the section. Okay, and based on the section you can ask them different questions. How you can do that is go to the 3 dots over here and click on go to section based on answer. So if the child selects this one, continue to next section. Now coming to this section, you might have a question how to create it. So let's see how to create a section. On the right hand side over here on the last icon you have add section. So when I click on it, I can add another section here. So when you are creating quizzes, you can section the form into different parts. So here I will give section B, okay, for example. And then I create one more and I'll call this section C. So you can have different question for different sections. So over here, when you click on it, you will get, go to base section based on answer, you will get A, continue to next section, or B, continue to section B. You can give like this, C, continue to section C. Okay, so when you do required, don't give any points to this. And now you can go to preview, and here you can select. Now if I select over here B, or I'll select C and click on next, I will be going to section C. So based on this selection, you can direct your students to go take that section questions only. Now I'll be going to insert a question under section B. So click over here. And then I'm just going to go to multiple choice grade. I'm not going to go over file upload because it's just an option for the student to upload the file from their computer to your Google Drive so that you can go download that file and then check that file. So then linear scale is also, as the name suggests, you're giving the option to the students to rate a particular topic or something that you want them to rate. So you understand their understanding of that topic, so how much they have understood or something of that sort. So I'm just going to go to multiple choice grid. Now here, as the name suggests, it's a multiple choices grid. So you have a row name suggesting like this and then columns coming like this. So let's have the questions here. So I have inserted all my rows, and these are the questions that you're going to ask. You're not going to ask any question over here. You're going to ask the question here, and the students should select the correct options from the given options for this particular row. So now let's see how this question is going to look for the student. So the question is going to look like this. So the question here is first planet, and you have all the options here, and the student should select the correct one. So give like this, then hottest planet, which one? Biggest planet, Jupiter. So for these questions, they have the similar options and they'll have to select the correct answer. So likewise, we have to give the answer key here, Jupiter. So you have to give points for each of the rows because these are 3 different questions. So you're going to give 3 different points. Now moving on, I've got a hack for you here. So now next option we have is checkbox. But it's similar to multiple choice grid, but we have checkboxes instead of radio buttons. So instead of writing all of these things again, I'm just going to come over here, and you have 2 icons here. So the first one is duplicate. So you have the option to duplicate the same question in case you want similar options or you want to have a similar kind of question, or you can delete it. So here I'm going to go to duplicate. So I have the same answers and options. Questions and options, and here I'm just going to go and change it to checkbox grid. So you can notice that these things are changed to checkboxes now. So what's the difference between those two is the student can select more than one option for the question. So for first planet, the student can select either Jupiter, Earth, Mercury, Mars, any of the number. So but same as all the answers should be correct for the particular question, then only the student is going to get the point. Now as we've come to the end of all the types of questions, our form is nearly ready. So just go on the top over here and click on customize theme. You can do it either in the beginning itself or at the end. It depends on you. You can choose a header image. So you can come over here and you have lots of options for headers. You can select any ones. So there are lots of options here when I scroll down. So just click on one of them and click on insert. So that is inserted, and based on that color, your background color also will change. See over here, theme color. So you have the option to select what type of colors that you want to have. So let me click on this, and the background color, you have some light variations as well as dark, and you can select gray. Okay, and font style, you have basic, decorative, playful. So if you click on this, it's going to change the type of font that you want to have. Let me keep it basic, and that's it. Your form is ready. Now you have to go to send, and then go to this link, and then shorten this URL, and just copy this URL and paste it to your Google Classroom, and your students can click on that link and take this quiz. I hope this video helped a lot. If it did, then please like this video and subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time my video comes up. And please share this with your other teacher friends so that they can create a good Google form quiz or an assessment as well. Thank you all. See you next time.